14th to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This holiday season, give yourself the ultimate gift, self-care and peace of mind. We know the holidays can bring stress, but did you know that managing that stress is key to your heart health? High blood pressure and heart disease can be impacted during this busy time. In fact, heart attacks are more common during the holidays. So take a moment for yourself. Breathe, relax, and prioritize your well-being. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska to learn more. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy Friday. Jay Foreman, Austin Oerman. We're the Old School crew coming at you live 1040 O Street on this brisk. This isn't even a brisk. This is a cold day here in Lincoln. No wind, but it's very cold. We're trying to bring a little bit of heat to end this week on Christmas Eve. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andremat, 168th and Maple up there in the O. Obviously, I know it's been talked about extensively, Austin. We heard you and Strick and Ellie obviously weigh in on the block on the volleyball team. I think, really for me, it came down to this, man. I think it was obviously, I think it was, there's only going to be one champion. I mean, that's all there is to it. And that's what sucks about sports, but that's the great thing about it, man. You got to lay it on the line. And if you get the right flow and the right draw, you can win a national championship. You got to have a lot of things that, to have the type of season when you're 33-3, you have to have a lot go right. You have to be good. You got to have good coaches, great coaches. I think John Cook is a great coach, and the staff is really, really good. And obviously the players. But I think it really comes down to this, man. I think when you play against a team like Penn State, well, first of all, let me say this. The place Nebraska, I'll say majority in recent volleyball history has taken the sport of volleyball along with the state of Nebraska, has made them a year to year, every year target, right? And so what that's done is allowed and put more pressure on every other program to level up. When you're talking about Purdue being a national powerhouse, of course, Penn State, likes of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Pittsburgh, all these other schools. I mean, you're thinking about the USCs and all those other schools that are viable opponents as well. Sometimes you can be a victim of your own success and always be the perceived target every year. But then that also should be your motivation. That also should be the edge that you always have to carry. It's a ghost out there. Now, with that being said, I don't think it was not skill or anything like that. I think what happens is when you put a lot into the seasons, and I'm equated to basketball, and you see this all the time. We've seen the football team in years past do this, and it happens all the time. The parity in sports, and even at the highest level of volleyball, right? So even though the Final Four or the 4 teams in Louisville, you just got to think the grade 8, every one of those are national championship quality teams. So when you get an opponent down like that, that's where you got to put the dagger in the heart and look right through their soul. And it's a mentality that you have to have. It's an edge that you have to carry with. And the opposite of that is sometimes I call it scoreboard watching. Oh, we're like when I think they were up 22. It was
22-16.
Okay, 22-16. So this is the mindset. Now, this might not be happening, and it's hard. It's I'm just guesstimating here, and you sometimes you can do this like subconsciously. Okay, we're up by 6. We only need 3 more. All right. Well, we're not going to be aggressive. We're going to try to get too cute on this one, or maybe we had they spiked it, went off our hands. Okay, they get a point. All right, we're still up by 5, right? Oh, okay, let's get cute, right? To try to get the crowd going. Boom, that doesn't work. Oh,
now we're only up 4.
Now we're only up 4. One drops right there, right? They make a great play. Just like that, before you can get a timeout, you're only up by 2. Momentum on their side, pressure there. Then it's in the back of your mind. Then you play a little bit tight. Then you're looking at the scoreboard. Then you go from belief, what you saw in the first 2 sets, to hope. And it starts to creep into your system, into your veins. And then therefore you can, let yourself down. So I mean, that happens, and it's a learning experience. It's a very, very, every year it's so different. Every year you have to prepare that every team that you play has got significantly better. I talk about this all the time. And Coach Cook knows this. It's not like they're rolling out there and say, all these guys, we're just going to roll them over. But you have to, like, I'm talking about more of a player and assistant coach, like when you're talking to the players or doing off-season training, you got to just sit down and say, listen, those coaches over there have families or people that they're providing for and pride in themselves. So you better believe in the off-season, whoever wins the national championship, that's not who they're gunning for. They're gunning for Nebraska. Nebraska's out in the semifinals is out. But every program generally has Nebraska on their mind at some point in time in the offseason or when they're doing recruiting and all that, because that's the standard. So if you know that's the standard, now you got to raise your standard. And yes, they do have a high standard. That's just something that, maybe could push you over the edge.
I think there's a lot there. I think Penn State is a team that had success as Nebraska was joining the Big Ten. It was their conference. And then Penn State had their run of 4 in a row, I think it was. Yeah. Nebraska comes in, takes that crown from them. Then Wisconsin comes in, takes it from Nebraska. Penn State's been third fiddle, maybe fourth, even behind Minnesota some years. And they're telling you we are the first volleyball power in the Big Ten. Nebraska busted into our party. So just institutionally, they take matchups against Nebraska personally. as they should. I think part of the disappointment, Jay, is that in a Final Four of heavyweights, all 4 1 seeds, it felt like Nebraska was probably the heaviest heavyweight. It was either Nebraska or Pitt, which, hey, guess what? Both of them lost, right? You can say you have the storybook championship matchup, right? With Louisville on its home court, Penn State with their head coach battling breast cancer and all that. So there's a lot there, right? But that's why I think it's even more, again, I have to make sure I repeat this as loudly and clear as I can. Disappointing, and it's a disappointing result now that we're disappointed in the players. Right.
Oh, no.
You know,
Yeah,
it's not personal. It's not a disappointment in the
no.
players and anyone in particular. It's a disappointment and a bummer of a result because it was set up so well for Nebraska. Because you talked just last week about, we were at Salt Mine City for our remote, talking about the 49ers and how hard it is to go back-to-back, but how it's even doubly hard to go back-to-back as the runner-up.
Yeah, it is
when
hard.
You don't win at all, right? And progress isn't linear, right? You don't always just go up in a straight line. There are ups and downs. Think if last year's team with all the freshmen and the new group and the transfers loses in the Final Four. Hey, future's bright. Look at this young crew. They played above their heads. Look at the journey they went on. Next year's going to be great. They made it to the national championship, Jay, and got smacked. Learned a lesson there, or so we thought, right? But they don't even make it back this year because what was the difference last year? Maybe physically, right? Maybe Harper Murray wasn't as ready as she needed to be in serve receive. She got better at it. She leveled up a little bit. It wasn't a talent thing. It wasn't a physical skills thing. Sure, maybe some players weren't at the top of their games, but the fact that Nebraska didn't go from Final Four to national championship year 1 with this group to year 2, the fact that they went national championship and only, I say in air quotes, made the Final Four in year 2 as the favorite in this game, that's why it feels a little disappointing because you only get so many cracks at it, right? This group hailed as one of the best in Nebraska history and in college volleyball in terms of recruiting classes is already half done with eligibility. They've been on the doorstep twice and haven't delivered, and you can never promise that you're going to make it back. So it hurts for the players because who knows? Do I think it's their 2 best shots in a national championship? No, it's Nebraska volleyball. The expectation is we're playing in that game next year. But you can't predict sports. You can't predict who's staying or leaving, coming and going. So being so close and not being able to capitalize again after being in the final 3 other times without winning it since the last one in 2017 and back in the Final Four really consistently without raising the banner or raising the championship trophy again, that's what stings.
Yeah, I mean, it stings just because it's just happened less than 24 hours ago. This is just part of sport. It's just part of the process. And, you know, you gotta really, be careful of, I mean, listen, I'm sure Coach Cook was like, look, that's not good enough. Now, I'm proud of you because we had a great year, but it's still not good enough. I mean, I'm sure that's maybe some sort of the message that everybody has coming out of that locker room. And sometimes you can look on paper too much and have expectations versus not. Because you have to understand this. You only can recruit so many kids here, so many young ladies here. There's more than just good, great volleyball players that just didn't come to Nebraska. And Penn State's recruiting at the same level, and they're developing, and they have to maybe do it a different way. And I'm going to tell you this: the problem, the thing that sucks is you're going to get everybody's best shot, and in order for Penn State to win at that point in time, they needed a couple players have the best game of the season. Jared Vicious was one, and the young lady that's the senior that talked on the ESPN with her,
Maruzik.
Maruzik. She had it as well. Every time they needed a big point, every time they needed to stop a rally, she did it. Or Jared Vicious got them back in the game and kept them afloat, kept a little confidence, even in the first 2 sets. Right, made it competitive, and then the senior took it in, and look, man. I just think. That's where it was, won and lost, and that's what happens. And it was their night, and they were able to finish. We didn't finish. That's probably,
and that's the other tough part is that we're used to football doing that, unfortunately, right? Being ahead and finding a way to let it slip through the cracks. We're used to it from that program, and it sucks. We don't see that from Nebraska volleyball. First time in the tournament since '82 that they got reverse swept. Like, they're volleyball robots. This doesn't happen to them.
Right, but it's going to happen. But that's what sports is for. I mean, records are meant to be broken. It can happen. It did happen. It's not going to happen all the time. So it's just a standard that you got to, and that's the great thing about it. It's no different when Nick Saban was, at Alabama, and it's 2 ways you look at it before we go to break. There was times that Alabama had really, really good teams, really, really talented teams, first-round picks all over the place, and they didn't win a national championship. Then they go back and win one with Sims and McElroy, or they did with those guys. So, look, you look at Ohio State. It's the same thing. They couldn't beat Michigan. That's a way more talented team than Michigan. And when they had, like, JT Barrett at quarter, I mean, nothing against him, but you know what I'm saying? It's not like you had Joe Burrow. And so...
Well, you did, but not
right. But he wasn't playing. But so you didn't have the Joe Burrow. No. You had Joe Burrow, and so it's part of it. Then you also got to look at my man Dabo Swinney. Clemson got close, got breaks beat off him with some talented players. They come back again, get beat again. Then they changed a little bit of something, and then they went on that 2-year run, and then they had a really, really talented team with Trevor Lawrence and them on paper was supposed to win. They didn't. That's just part of it. Look, there's elite talent, elite programs, but there's still parity in those elite programs. So you have to be able to. Everybody's got to be operating and playing at their best. You're just not gonna go out there and play against another team that's playing at their best and just say, okay, we're Nebraska, we'll do it, even though you had 3 points away from a national championship. So you have to really go back and dissect. Don't look at it when it's 22-16. Look at it when it should have been and how you got it to 22-16 and what changed from when you lost it at 22-16 and then how you weren't able to gain it back. That's the underline there. And you might get another team that's not as talented, but might maybe be better at those little things that situationally, emotionally, edge-wise, sacrifice-wise. And this is when you say all this, I know they've done it. They just got beat. They just got it a little bit over their skis. And I think they probably looked at the scoreboard. And sometimes I'm telling you this, when you want it so bad, you can trip over your own foot in the biggest moments. And so it's a learning experience. I know I feel comfortable that they're going to win one before this class is done. And let's be honest, if you win one national championship, you're doing pretty dang good. I was able to win.
It says 1 and 1 3. Easy for you to say. Easy for you to say when you got 3 of them.
Well, what'd you expect?
I'm not mad at you for it. I'm just saying it's easy for you to say.
Hey, I won in Pee Wee League, won in high school.
Winners win.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Yeah.
I told Coach Osborne, man, you couldn't win until I got here, bro. You didn't even know that.
Congratulations.
Man, when you came up there on that snowstorm in my house, man, I was going to tell you, I just wanted to see how you're going to go down to Florida State and represent or not. Because if you won in Florida State, I was going to Miami. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break, come back. We're going to talk about the college football playoff games. Got Notre Dame, Indiana tonight. We're going to dive into that. Quickly go over. I'm going to give you who I think is the best player on each team. Some known, some unknowns. Jay Foreman, Austin Oerman, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
This holiday season, give yourself the ultimate gift, self-care and peace of mind. We know the holidays can bring stress, but did you know that managing that stress is key to your heart health? High blood pressure and heart disease can be impacted during this busy time. In fact, heart attacks are more common during the holidays. So take a moment for yourself. Breathe, relax, and prioritize your well-being. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska to learn more. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Everybody likes choices when it comes to gifts, and a Max Tan gift card offers spray tanning, UV tanning, and red light therapy at all Lincoln locations. Give the gift that everyone wants this holiday season by visiting any Max Tan location in Lincoln or at maxtan.net.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
It's that special time of year again, with bowl games galore, ugly Christmas sweater parties, and way too much eggnog. And like clockwork, you still haven't bought any gifts yet. Great news! Your procrastination headquarters this year is at Tailored Life in Bennett. Avoid the long lines in Lincoln stores and head down Highway 2 to Bennett. Just a 20-minute drive, and their staff will help you pick out the perfect gift for your mom, wife, or significant other. Procrastination has an answer this year at Tailored Life in Bennett.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on smart wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Oerman. Second segment, man. And we're moving along. Obviously, it's look, the college football playoffs when it was what it was for was, I wouldn't say it was special, just because it was needed, right? Because of course we were a part of it, where supposedly we split a national championship with Michigan and all that. We've had other, 94 and all this other stuff. So you didn't get to really battle out on the field. So they needed it, right? And in college football fought it, tooth and nail. Now, I think the college football playoffs has been needed. It's almost like college football when it was Power 5, turned its nose up at when was it FCS when they had their they had a college, they had a true playoff. They turned their nose up. Division 3 had it, and it's great. It's exciting, right? The only reason I know about Division 3 is number one, my brother played at St. Thomas, and then my high school coach had coached and played at St. John's up in Minnesota, and they had a big thing about, I think it was John Gugliani or somewhere, and how many national championships in the powerhouse he's made up there at St. John's University. But now we're here at 12, and it's the first one, and no other than Notre Dame playing Indiana, upstart Indiana. Who would have thought? Indiana has been essentially worse than the Raiders in the NFL, where coaches go to die. You got to think me and Nick went there. I guess I'll tell you, I was using a urinal, and you look up, and there was a old, like, it'd be Huskers Illustrated, but Hoosiers Illustrated, and it was talking about, and I texted Jake because Cam Cameron, who's the former Dolphins coach, used to coach at Indiana. And so they just had the cover, and it was pretty cool because they had all the way back to Larry Bird and all, and it was a really cool Hoosier bar. But that's kind of either where coaches got started or they went to die. But Signetius came in there and really ignited the football prowess there, and so it's going to be Indiana, Notre Dame, essentially the bigger brother. For the history of football, the better looking brother, the richer brother, in the better fraternity brother. Literally, it's Indiana.
The brother that was so good that they made little brother go focus on another sport instead.
Right? Yeah, it made you quit. Sent you home crying. Took your ball, and your basketball shoes and went home. And sent you home. Excuse me. Took your lunch money and your bike and made you like it. They're going to battle it out tonight, and yes, the weather is up there, and so. When I think about it, Austin, I think this is and especially, let's also face it. Notre Dame, I know they had Ty Willingham before, and they got Marcus Freeman now, has came a long way in this when college football, as far as the college football playoffs, has changed. Because you got to think, for Notre Dame, a very prideful football program.
One of the 7 deadly sins. They don't care.
Right. And would not join a conference. Haven't had to. And when you think of Brian Kelly and those teams that they had, every time they got in the playoffs, they got embarrassed. You go back to when they had Manti Te'o. He told the story. He knew it was over. And they had from Nix to Manti Te'o to Stefan Truitt to Harrison Smith back there, the other safety that played at Phil. They were loaded, and they got destroyed. And then it became for Brian Kelly, I need to show that we're making progress. And they started to make progress. On a recruiting trip, he said, no, I'm out. I'm going to go get some of those real athletes out there. And then it felt like Notre Dame was going to go back pre-Brian Kelly. It might have been. And here comes Marcus Freeman. Struggles out the gate. If you're according to our own Nick Sainer, he finally converted to being a Catholic, and he started winning. And now it's true. And was better last year. And then Northern Illinois. Then you're like, oh, he's on the hot seat. That brother might be gone. And he's turned it around. So this is a pressure-packed game, Austin, for Marcus Freeman at home. When you talk about 7 deadly sins, look, Notre Dame at home, you lost to Northern Illinois last year, which was supposed to be your, I guess, feather in the cap for Marcus Freeman. Ohio State walked the dog on you, even though you probably physically beat them up. They went 90 yards to send you home. And here comes Indiana, which you just don't know. You got Signetti that's just sitting here I'm telling you, he can play poker like a stone cold killer. You know I'm about to win all the money. I told you I'm coming. I don't like you. We're going to beat you. And he's making you believe it because he's telling you, even though they got the brakes beat off him by Ohio State, he said, he looked, and said, listen, let's just be honest here. We got the highest scoring margin in the nation, not just in the Big Ten. And he's like, you know what? Then he said, this is the best thing when you say, let's just take the 77-0 game out of it. We're still the highest scoring team. So he's going right back to it. He's like, our defense is turnovers. We don't do this. They knew that. He's like, now we're healthier. So he is striking fear out there. And you just never know. That's that little bit of fear. So I'm asking you, with all that being said, Notre Dame has Jeremiah Love, a defense that's no joke. Xavier Watts, who's a real deal. And the best safety combination. Well, I shouldn't say in the nation, but one of the best in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame at home, a little snowy. And for me, I tell people all the time, for people out there like Notre Dame, I tell Nick all this all the time. Listen, when I was a kid, I first of all, I don't really care for Notre Dame. We hated Notre Dame. We're a Miami household, or was a Miami household. Now we're Huskers in Miami. When we stopped through South Bend on the way to Frederick, Maryland, no joke. When I knew I'd arrived, because I would just be in the back and kind of be holed up, because I got, all presents and clothes and all that stuff, being my dad and my uncle. It used to be I want to get on the little fuzz buster and talk on there on the radio like Breaker 19. It wasn't that. When you peed on the South Bend, welcome to South Bend. Literally. Bare button off, snowstorm, cold day like that. That was it. That was the best. That was one of the best days of my life. With that being said, I'm still picking Notre Dame tonight.
Taking them?
Reluctantly.
You don't want to, but you'd rather be right.
My heart wants Indiana. It does. Because I love my man, Rhett Lewis. When I said, we had the whole thing with the Hot Wings Challenge when the two actors were looking like, look at us. We're on. I said, Rhett, all the times we did Big Ten and we picked Nebraska and Indiana, we knew they weren't going to win. Well, we're going to pick our teams. Now look at us. Well, it was a little different because Indiana beat the brakes off us. And I said, now, Rhett, look at you. Well, anyways, my heart would want Indiana. My mind and my eyes tell me Notre Dame's going to win. And I think Notre Dame's going to win by 8-9 points.
Okay.
It's gonna be a slugfest though. I think Indiana's gonna come out fast.
Okay.
Notre Dame's gonna get now. The one thing about Notre Dame, they're gonna turn it into a white knuckle game. So you better knuckle up. But I think Notre Dame has enough at home. And this is gonna be new territory for everybody in Indiana. Even though those James Madison guys, they do have championship pedigree. I don't know if they have national championship pedigree at Power 4 level.
They don't have to. They just got to have first round of the college football playoff pedigree right now. Jay, I'm going to ask you the same question that the Nebraska student section asked Mike Woodson. Who's your daddy? I can't quit him. Notre Dame has the star power. I love the running backs. I love the run game. There's still little Duke and Riley Leonard. Just a little. Not a lot. There's just a little.
So you're saying he's going to choke?
Xavier Watts is so good. That boy's a day one NFL draft pick. Maybe day two if someone's dumb. I can't quit Indiana. I'm scared to pick against Indiana. I'm with you. I see Notre Dame. I've been pounding the drum for them. They have been better than people think since the loss to Northern Illinois. But Jay, we got to have a storybook. And I can't close the book on Indiana.
I know.
34-30.
And Signetti, he's
24-20 Hoosier. Sorry, 24-20.
He's scary.
He is.
Signetti's the type of dude. I'm going to tell you this. You would have everything lined up. You know who Signetti is? There's a Greek mythology class that we used to be. I don't know if they have it.
You got the answers for?
You got the answers for. He would talk you into like your dumb answers ain't right. Knowing you had the answers to
I know
the
the
test.
answer key says.
No. And you'd be like, you know what? You're right. You see, I told you so. I told you everybody won't pass it. I mean, that dude, but all jokes aside, he's a really good coach. I just think that Notre Dame's size and their speed. Now, one thing I think about Notre Dame that's different. Whatever happened after Northern Illinois, they embraced the moment and they got more explosive offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you asked me earlier in the year, or even like 3 games ago, I'm picking Indiana without a doubt. I think that grit, that toughness, and that razor sharp edge that Marcus Freeman displayed with the team down there in Aggieville, Texas A&M, maybe got, and we went through the lull too after beating Colorado, so it's natural, but it's back though. I think the one thing that people don't understand about, this is not taken away from any coaches or anything like that, or any coaches that didn't play, but I'm a firm believer that this, when a wolf is talking wolf language, and I believe in wolves and not dogs, because wolves are hunters and they're very strategic. That's the edge that Notre Dame has not had with Brian Kelly. That's the only reason I'm picking him at home, because he is infusing the pride that we got to protect our turf at home tonight. It's do or die. And plus, he knows personally, if you lose wearing them tight pants, I'm never picking you again.
That's the Jay Foreman guarantee.
Yeah, because my man is not.
You lose an extra medium, you'll lose the Jay Foreman confidence.
Leg day. You ever see those like Instagram things? Do say don't ever miss a leg day? That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you in there squatting. I mean, no, but
Quadded up.
Yeah, he's quadded up and tight pants up. He got his capri pants on. He a handsome brother too. So I'm gonna give him the Jalen Hurts, knowing that when a pretty boy like that is backed into the corner, he got a little juice to him. Jalen Hurts gets the pretty. We used to call it pretty privilege. Tom Brady, like, you get some calls because you pretty. you just imagine.
I would know, but
there's only a few of them. Jalen Hurts and him. Shamar Moore, and then I'll figure out what my man over at Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman is. But I think Notre Dame's going to win. I think it's a perfect game in the perfect setting for the college football, all jokes aside, college football playoffs with 12 teams. Notre Dame of all teams at home, right?
Let me throw this out there too. Notre Dame wins. I really like their path.
I like everybody's path. Hey, since Carson Beck is out, all bets are off. I could see Notre Dame against Texas. I could see. I mean, you could see like an upstart ASU or somebody. You could see anybody getting it. That's what they want. All while Bama's at home. Nick Saban turned over in his grave. Nick Saban,
he's not dead.
I know, but that's a saying. But Nick
Bear
Saban,
Bryant might be.
Bear Bryant is for sure. Oh, he's
somersault, punching the coffin,
he's mad
all that
right
stuff.
now. Listen, Nick Saban is phenomenal on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact, 95% of them is thinking, if I was still coaching one more year, we'd be in this thing.
Do you hear Kirby called Indiana Purdue today?
No, he didn't.
He did.
That's a mind game right there. That's is that who they play next? The winner of these two?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
mind
talking.
game.
See, that's exactly the Kirby smart that I like. I like that right there. Because if you want to disrespect somebody, or you call them you're wrong, and be serious about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, depends on how you handle it. I mean, I've had different situations. People, have asked me if I was from Steve Taylor to Tommy Frazier and all that. And
to Reggie Ball.
Yeah, Reggie. Well, yeah. I did tell people I was Reggie Ball. It helped me out in some cases.
You owned that one.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Indiana tonight. I think it's going to come down to this, though, Austin, before we go to break. I think it's going to come down to who can establish the run, right? And who's going to be able to finish the first half. Because when you think about Indiana, right, what they've been able to do is start fast and end the second quarter fast and start the third quarter faster. So if you can make them do something different, that's what Ohio State was able to do. They were able to pass rush, get them off their first read. They played extremely physical as far as rerouting and tackling well, which Notre Dame has done well all year. But they were able to dictate the pace. If you let Indiana play in their rhythm, it's over.
See ya.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Indiana, first of all, I mean, doesn't matter what the score is. If Indiana wins, Cignetti after press conference after is gonna be off the chain.
Legendary.
It's legendary. He gonna have a stogie, and he's gonna be out of control. So I think if Notre Dame can really dictate the pace from a physicality standpoint, they win. Here we go. We've got about another hour and a half before they get ready to get busy. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We're going to go over some of the guys that look for tonight, not only in the Notre Dame, Indiana, but also Saturday, man. This is an awesome, awesome weekend of football. I mean, you can't beat it, right? Jay Foreman, Austin Oerman, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through December 31st is 30% off on Smithy pans. The Mercado is closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and it wishes you and yours a very happy holidays. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Everybody likes choices when it comes to gifts, and a Max Tan gift card offers spray tanning, UV tanning, and red light therapy at all Lincoln locations. Give the gift that everyone wants this holiday season by visiting any Max Tan location in Lincoln or at maxtan.net.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, Ugg, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on smart wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Oerman. Quick segment here. Once again, we want to thank 1890, our partners. We did a really good job. All 50 states represented, all 93 counties. The Together We Win campaign, obviously with what we talked about in the crossover, with private equity on the horizon of coming in right on time, like always, to take advantage of our student athletes, our college athletes, or semi-pro guys now in universities. We want to give a shout out to 1890. Obviously, our partnership with them, and obviously their partnership with the University of Nebraska and their student athletes has been really, really good. Obviously, with this transfer portal time, the Together We Win campaign came right on time, and obviously with the ticket support and our listeners, we were able to represent not only for them but for our student athletes and future student athletes, moving forward. But we got the Notre Dame. We got college football playoffs this weekend. I think the other most interesting game, Austin, is Tennessee at Ohio State. Now, Ohio State is banking on weather, which they are not going to get. I think it's going to be mid-50s, which is essentially a Tennessee day in this day and time. And they're banking on a refocused, rejuvenated team after losing to Michigan, and Ryan Day still the coach and so forth and so on. And no guys on, at least to my knowledge, not any of the major players in Ohio State has declared for the draft or opted out. With that being said, two players. I think this game is going to come down to actually two players on defense. Ohio State, their best player, I think all year has been Jack Sawyer. They have a plethora of athletes, or obviously guys on the defensive line and offense, and obviously Jeremiah Smith, but a guy that's going to be playing his last game, Jack Sawyer. He's been very consistent, makes big plays. So if he has a really, really good game, which he did against Michigan, had one play he probably liked back on the big run, versus James Pierce. So if you don't know who James Pierce is, you could just ask the Iowa Hawkeyes from last year. You know what he did? He did what Barnett did to Nebraska down in the Music City Bowl. Literally went down the line of scrimmage. So I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you, you, and you. And then I'm coming back and starting there. So he did it, and both of them have 8+ sacks. And the reason why I think it's going to come down to those two is which one of those two affects the game the most, because it's a battle of the defensive lines. Tennessee's defense, their first and second level, or their front seven, is very, very good. Ohio State's is very, very good. Whichever defense plays the best and affects the quarterback wins. You have both quarterbacks that are obviously Nico's very, very young, and Will Howard's obviously a grad transfer and a portal get for last year. He has a lot to prove. So does Nico on a big stage. Whichever defense takes advantage of the opportunities that either quarterback presents them, or whatever quarterback takes advantage of the opportunities that's in front of them, will win. It's going to come down to that. It isn't going to be weather. It isn't going to be speed. It isn't going to be athletic ability. Yes, Ohio State has the home field advantage, but not as much as assumed. This is a great opportunity for Tennessee, considering the injuries that Ohio State has, especially across that offensive line. So I think the pressure should be on them, but they have to, answer the call. And then also the state of Ryan Day. Even if they lose, I don't think he's gone. I just think this next year, or this offseason, will be very, very uncomfortable.
4 years and $37.2 million left on that contract. That's what he's got right now. I mentioned that for no reason at all. Just kidding. You know the reason. If Nebraska could affect Ohio State's game plan as much as it did, James Pierce Jr. would be the best player maybe in the game for me.
Yeah.
And that is no disrespect at all to Jeremiah Smith at wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Pierce Jr. is a freaking stud. That's a top half of the first round NFL draft pick right there. Who started the year slow, has really picked it up over the last month and a half or so. He's absolutely the X factor. And then if you're Ohio State, they got conservative against Michigan, right? They wanted to play tough. They wanted to beat Michigan at their own game, prove something rather than win the game. That's still what it feels like looking back. Will Ohio State play like they have something to prove, or will they play to win the game? Right? That's what
they better play. They got to play to win.
They have to. They would tell you they were against Michigan, but that's not what it looks like. Live, it's not what it looked like on rewatch. I still like Ohio State's talent a little bit more across the board.
I do.
But that hasn't stopped worse teams. And Tennessee, I think, is in maybe the best position right now. I mean, talk about going on the road. Absolutely nothing to lose. You're a talented team. They got some preseason hype. You pretty much lived up to expectations. You made it in the college football playoff. There's no shame in going on the road and losing, but I love the position Tennessee's in.
Yeah, they're in a
tomorrow.
very advantageous position because you got to think they were odd man looking out. A couple weeks left. Ole Miss, lost, and Texas A&M lost, and they got to thank their old rivals of Florida, but helping them out some. And then they won the games that they had to win, and they won it a lot differently than you expected with Josh Heupel as the head coach. They're a physical team. Because you think of Josh Heupel, what do you think? That when he was Oklahoma, and then UCF, but they're a physical team, and they're built across the line of scrimmages. And so, really, I think when you look at it, just of all these teams, right, it's going to come down to defensive guy. I'm sorry, people out there. I'm going to say this before we leave, or before I leave. Is that what do you think of Indiana? In order for them to beat Notre Dame tonight, Aiden Fisher has to have a great game. He's their middle linebacker.
Yep.
It's going to be him and Jeremiah Love. So if he has a good game, they win. When you think about Georgia, it's Jalen Walker. He destroyed Texas, and he has to destroy. He's got to be a man on a mission. He won the Buckets Award. Penn State, it's Carter, their linebacker. He's got to do good. Then you think about SMU, Elijah Roberts. So it's going to come down to those two, right? When you think about it. Oregon, it's their big defensive tackle. He's number 4. He wears the glasses. He's got to do good. And then obviously, they go 8 deep. So it's their defensive line. And then we talked about Tennessee. And then obviously with Texas, right? When you think about Texas, it's Anthony Hill Jr. 8 sacks, 95 tackles. He's kind of like their middle linebacker, and he blitzes. And so all teams right now have to do their thing on defense. They have to. You're not going to outscore anybody. You're not going to surprise anybody.
No.
So it's going to come down to, when you look at it, whose ever defense is the most physical and plays the best. And the stars have to be stars.
And I think the big part of that too, Jay, is as we move into a playoff format for college football now, look at the NFL. You're not outscoring teams in the playoff. You're limiting them, right? Yes, you need an offense to capitalize on key moments, key positions, key possessions. Even the Chiefs, right? Their first Super Bowl win with Mahomes. Yeah, you think about the offense, you think about the play against the 49ers, defense bowed up in the second half to give the offense a chance.
And
that's what it comes down to.
And now look at the Chiefs. It's their defense. And who sets the tone with the Chiefs? Chris Jones. That's it. And obviously they have other pieces and stuff, and they're able to, but everything starts and stops with that. It's going to be interesting tonight, 2 hours away. But what's going away is actually we're going to take a quick break, come back, Jay Foreman, Austin Oerman, Old School. We'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com. Or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
At Midwest Bank, they want to thank all the generous donors who helped make their 2024 Turkey Drive for Schools a success. Thanks to the generosity, they raised enough money to provide 153 families across 6 different schools in Lincoln with a full Thanksgiving meal. With your support, they made Thanksgiving Day for those families a little brighter. They want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
This holiday season, give the gift of good taste with a gift card from Valentino's. During double discount days, double your discount from $5 to $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a family favorite for generations, and our gift cards make the perfect holiday gift. And right now, during gift card double discount days, when you buy $50 in gift cards, get a $10 gift card free. Happy holidays from Valentino's.
Husker Nation, Nebraska is heading to the Pinstripe Bowl, and J-Tech Construction and Solar is here to help you score big on your home this season. Buy any 2 trades, windows, siding, roofing, solar, gutters, or doors, and save up to 20% off. Don't wait until the final whistle. Act now. J-Tech delivers expert craftsmanship and unbeatable savings for your home. Whether it's a new roof, energy-efficient windows, or solar panels that power your home like a champion, they've got you covered. Call 402-261-3682 to schedule your free estimate today. J-Tech Construction and Solar, proud sponsors of Husker football.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back to Old School here on the Ticket, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese. Every type of meat, every type of cut, special ingredient butcher shop, all of that good stuff with 3 Lincoln locations and 1 up in Omaha as well. We go to our VIP line brought to you by Allo. Welcome in the host of Old School, Jay Foreman. Well, Jay, I can still hear you. I can't see you, but I guess we're just keeping the show rolling.
Well, it's good. I mean, sometimes, not too many people want to see me. So, I would say I got told the other day I got a face for radio, so it's all good. But, Austin, on the other half of these college football playoff games, we got, I think in this game, we talked about defenses and we mentioned some of the players stepping up, but I think this game in particular, it will come down to which coach wins this game. And I'm talking about Clemson versus Texas. Is Dabo Swinney against Sark. And obviously both of them are experienced coaches. Obviously they've won national championships. Sark's been an assistant coach, obviously under Nick Saban, doing very well. But it's 2 different, I guess, the football programs are in 2 different places, right? Where you think of Texas, I felt in the first 6 or 7 games, all the way up until they played Georgia, was probably, I guess the national champion or the most consistent up until then. Georgia, showed a little bit of kryptonite. Then they rebounded. Well, then Clemson was always kind of laying in the weeds, right? Everybody, the first thing out when you thought about Clemson, no transfer portal guys, so forth and so on. And then Dabo Swinney just peeks his head around the corner. It's a surprise. We're still here. Beats SMU in the ACC championship, gets in the automatic bid, and then he starts to create that little bit of Kurt Signetti doubt in people that normally, counted them out, right? When you think about it, it's like, can Dabo do it again? Can he surprise? Can Clemson step up? Because Clemson, athletically, skill-wise, and players-wise, are right on par with Texas in the way that Texas is playing. In particular, Quinn Ewers leaves a lot of doubt for everybody that normally would have picked Texas to be the odds-on favorite to beat Clemson in that game. Obviously, have to use it down in Texas, but I think Texas will win. But I think Dabo Swinney could pull off another upset. And then again, between him and Kurt Signetti, if they both are able to upset Texas and Notre Dame, the after-game press conference in the week after that will be not only epic, but it'll be very, very annoying.
Oh, absolutely it will be, and that's kind of where Clemson thrives, right? They get to play the little old Clemson card again, like they didn't win those national championships, like they didn't have that run from Taj Boyd to Deshaun Watson to Trevor Lawrence, right? It went off the rails with DJ Uiagalelei, but here they are, right? Everyone counted him out. No one expects anything from little old Clemson. Texas has plenty to prove, right? Making the college football playoff last year, but losing to Washington in the semifinals. You would probably give the recent edge to Texas, but Jay, when it comes down to quarterbacks, I couldn't tell you which one I'm taking between Ewers and Klubnik for this game specifically. Neither one of them is playing great football. Ewers maybe more publicly is struggling. Klubnik, of course, had the long run to beat Pitt and then made some big plays to get them in position to kick the game-winning field goal in the ACC championship against SMU. So I guess I give a slight edge to Cade Klubnik right now, but Texas's talent across the board is just stacked, just obscene, just absurd. Neither one of these teams had the most daunting road to get into the college football playoff. They both find their way there. For my money, despite this being the best weather down in Austin, I think this is the lowest scoring game. I trust both these defenses a lot more than I trust both of these offenses. So I think you're absolutely right when you say defense is going to be what shines through in all of these games. I could honestly see this being a 20-10, 17-7 type of game. I think Texas just has a little bit more to get it done unless they turn the ball over. That's going to be the only thing that keeps Clemson in this one. If that stable of playmakers on defense rises to the occasion, Clemson's going to need 3 or 4 more possessions than Texas, I think, to be able to move the ball enough. They're really going to have to, honestly, Jay, Clemson's going to have to turn into Iowa, win field position battle that heavily for me to want to consider giving them a chance against Texas tomorrow.
Yeah, when you think about Clemson and you think about when they won national championships, obviously you had Deshaun Watson before scandal, who was really, really good, and then obviously Trevor Lawrence as well. And then they've had, epic players out there on the edges as far as wide receivers. And the one thing about Clemson, what they're going to do, and you're 100% right, they're going to have to put on their Iowa mask and try to be a replica of Iowa. If you think, is Phil Maffa. He's rushed for over 1,100 yards with 8 touchdowns, almost 5.5 yards a carry. But his last 3 games, not a lot of volume as far as carries, not a lot of production. That has to change. So whatever they've had to do in the meantime, before this game, they got to get this run game started, and they got to get it started early because you're 100% right. It's going to come down to possession. But more importantly, it's going to come down to third and manageable, third and realistic, because you don't want to sit back and have to, against this Texas pass rush. And like I mentioned before, the couple of players, and Hill Jr. and the other guys across the defensive line that you didn't hear about last year because they had a couple first-round picks, you don't want to let them sit there and pin their ears back and go and just try to destroy Cade Klubnik and take away any confidence that he's had. And let's not forget this. Cade Klubnik is from Austin, Texas.
True.
He, in his mind, and Dabo Swinney, I can almost guarantee, being a little annoying Dabo, is playing, they overlooked you. They thought you weren't good enough. Quinn Ewers was their choice coming back from Ohio State after he turned it. Like, he's going to try to implore Cade Klubnik to play his best game. And I think it's possible, number one, if they win the turnover battle, which Quinn Ewers has shown the inability to not turn the ball over against really, really good defenses in big games. So that bodes well for Clemson. And then number two, they get the running game going. And number three, if they start out the game keeping Cade Klubnik in that passing attack and short area passing game, and third and manageable, third and realistic, you could get an epic up 100% on board with you, Austin. I don't think this game gets above 24 points for either team. I think it's going to be at most 24-17 game, but I'm really, really thinking like a 23-13 rock fight, not very exciting. Probably really, really good football game, but not a very, very exciting game. I don't think it'll be a very, very well coached game. And whoever coaches the best, and we just talked about a possession, situational football, whoever's able to execute a trick play or a situational trick play the best will win. I don't think the talent gap or what Texas has been perceived to have offensively has came to fruition this year. I think they've struggled to be very, very consistent. I think whatever happened in that first game against Georgia, they have a little bit of scar tissue from there. Georgia beat them again, even with a backup quarterback, and having everything, bowed their way to make a comeback against Georgia in the SEC championship. They haven't been able to do it. So as much as Sark is maybe thinking about Arch Manning come in and help with the running game and maybe a little bit of spark, maybe he has to think about the opposite. You got to look at it like maybe we need to hang our hat with Quinn Ewers and ride it out with him and maybe get some true confidence in him as their leader so he can possibly lead them to a victory against Clemson. Because I'm going to tell you, Clemson's going to come in with nothing to lose. And they're dangerous because they know how to play this way. And they just did it against the SMU team that's pretty dang good. So I think Texas will win, but it's going to be an ugly game, and Texas is going to have to work for it.
Jay, I think the other thing to keep in mind, too, with Ewers is this is a guy with legitimate NFL draft type, right? Maybe cooled a little bit, but it's a guy that that talk is cooled off. Is he going to go to the draft? Is he going to stay? The temptation for Quinn Ewers, the human temptation, I can only assume in this situation is, I got to get mine, right? I don't like the lack of buzz. I want to go pro. I got to improve my standing. Last year in the college football playoff against Washington, Ewers was 24-43, 318 yards, and only threw for 1 touchdown. On the other side, Penix Jr. was 29-38 for 430 and 2 touchdowns. What Quinn Ewers can't afford to do is look over his shoulder at Arch Manning or look past this game because he's worried about getting to the NFL. The best way for Quinn Ewers to get to the NFL, be the draft pick that he wants to be, is to manage the game, play well, make the plays he's asked to make, get another chance to do it against Arizona State, a game that I assume Texas would be favored in if they beat Clemson. Okay, then you do that. You likely get a matchup with Oregon as the number 1 overall seed. What better way to play yourself back into the minds of NFL draft board makers or NFL talent evaluators than with balling out in 3 straight games, leading a Texas team that's been injured, especially on the offensive side of things, by just making the simple plays, making the right plays. That's how Quinn Ewers is going to restore any hype for himself as an NFL draft quarterback, not by trying to do too much in a defensive game like this one, like we think tomorrow will be.
Yeah, it's a big game, though, for Quinn Ewers. And it's not only if he does decide to come back, where is he going to go? Because I can tell you this right now. If his draft status isn't where he wants it to be, he will not be a Texas Longhorn next year. It will be officially Arch Manning's team, no matter what happens, national championship or not, starting when the clock strikes 0 for those Texas Longhorns. The next game, real quick, is Penn State hosting SMU. Now, on the contrary, we just talked about each quarterback, but I thought it would come down to coaching because I think it's going to see if Dabo can outcoach Sark. This is going to come down to quarterback play. Penn State and SMU. Yes, it's going to be cold up there, so forth and so on. This is going to come down to, can Kevin Jennings, the quarterback for SMU, play like he played from the second quarter on against Clemson on the road at Penn State? If he does that against Drew Aller and Warren, his number 1 target, volume target from a tight end, James Franklin and that vaunted defense, it won't be a match for that SMU offense if they come out humming. And they have to play like they have nothing to lose. But more importantly, they can't play tight against a Penn State team that's viewing this as a chance to, quote unquote, like I always say, is backdoor their way into a national championship game and possibly win a national championship. They can win this game, but Kevin Jennings has to start fast along with the rest of the team, and he cannot turn the ball over. When you think of how really, really good he's been all year and exciting as he's been, the Achilles heel has been what, Austin? 22 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's not good enough. He cannot afford to have a game to have, 2 or more interceptions, or more importantly, turnovers based on the elements, cold, or anything like that. He has to play the game of his life, and then SMU can actually upset and maybe have the biggest upset of the weekend, regardless of the Indiana game or the Tennessee game with higher seeds. SMU can not easily, but very, very handily beat a Penn State team based on if this offense plays like they did against Clemson.
That's going to be the test, right? Will we get first half SMU? Will we get second half SMU? Because I don't think Penn State is built to come from behind. I like Aller. I like the running backs. Obviously, Tyler Warren is a stud, but it's a new stage for offensive coordinator Andy Kotelnicki. It's a new stage for James Franklin, who has typically beaten teams of SMU's caliber, but they've been conference teams more so than the non-conference teams and not as often in the postseason. To me, I mean, obviously Ryan Day's got a lot on the line. There's a lot on the line in the Clemson-Texas game you just talked about. But, Jay, I can't imagine the conversation around Happy Valley if James Franklin were to trick this one off and SMU were to win this one. I like Aller. We'll see if he's got it in him. For me, I think that the strategy is the same for both teams. Start fast, because I think if Penn State starts fast, SMU gets one-dimensional. Jennings is good, but I like Penn State's run game enough that they can stick with it throughout the day, end up salting it away with just time of possession. And for SMU, if you get out to a hot start, I don't know if Penn State is built to come back from a deficit like that. Is SMU's offense as good as Oregon's? Absolutely not. But we saw that Penn State could never really string 3 drives together to go score, stop, score, or stop, score, and then stop to give themselves a chance to get back even. So if SMU comes out, they hit on their big plays early and they're up 14-0, 17-0 would be great. But if they get up 2 touchdowns, you start to believe a little bit. On the flip side, if Penn State gets up 2 touchdowns, probably with a big defensive play that either went the distance or set the offense up in good field position, not that SMU is not going to believe, but Penn State's going to get comfortable, say, okay, this is where we like to be. We can lean on Singleton. We can lean on Allen. We can run the ball. We're in a really good position right now to advance.
Yeah, more importantly, when you talk about the Oregon game and how it compares to SMU, I think that SMU's offense is not nearly as good or better yet consistent as Oregon. But I want to tell you this: I feel SMU's defense will play Penn State a little bit better than Oregon did. I felt like I was a little bit disappointed in how Oregon's defense actually has played, not only going all the way back to when they played Wisconsin and got into a nail biter against them, but the inability to physically hang in there against Penn State. I think SMU's defense would be, willing to predict that they will be put on a better performance against Penn State. So then, therefore, if they're able, like you said, able to get up, not only say 14-0, maybe 10-0, but then make Penn State struggle for a field goal, and then they get right back started again with another field goal and being able to answer a score with a score. I think SMU's defense, especially if Penn State has to pass, they have some defensive backs, and they have one of the best safeties in the nation, actually 2 of the best, let's say 20 safeties, and it's a really good safety crop this year with juniors and seniors and sophomores in the nation, which allows them to play well against the run and then be very, very effective in the pass game. So SMU's defense is better than Oregon, so it's all going to come down to obviously getting off early with Jennings in that offense, not giving up any big plays, but then also being very, very steady on defense to allow that offense to continue to put pressure and take the air out of that stadium up there in Happy Valley.
That's just exactly what it's going to come down to. And I'm curious to see, do I think the weather is going to be a huge factor? No, not necessarily. But, Jay, that's really going to be the test for these teams, right? I mean, you look at Indiana, Notre Dame, 200 miles away in the same state. yeah, whatever, they play in it, they practice in it. Tennessee, Ohio State seems like that'll be at least manageable, not a bear. And then you get Clemson and Texas down in Austin. But when we talk about bringing teams up north, obviously none of these teams are worried about that, right? It's far from the top of their list of concerns. But just from an outside perspective, it's not an SEC team coming up north. It's SMU out of the ACC. I still view them as an American Conference team, but hey, props to them for the year they had in the ACC. It's going to take a while to get used to. If you're Penn State and you can make it that knockdown, drag-out fight in the cold, hey, maybe you do get SMU to say, at the end of the day, yeah, we are just happy to be here. We squeaked in. But the more you give them belief, the less they're going to care about the conditions outside, the more excited they're going to be to get there. So football might even be secondary. They might just be running off of vibes if they get up and ahead pretty early.
Yeah, and you know what? And this is the whole part of going to and having a home game or earning a home game is having elements in your back pocket in the home field advantage. And so, I could make an argument if you're in good health, you'd rather play a home game before you have to go to an off-site bowl game and lose that home field advantage and obviously the big money as well. So Penn State's in a powerful position, but they're actually very, very vulnerable because Penn State has had a very, very nicely and delicate schedule this year, right? Nicely put together and delicate as far as when they had to play people, being able to lose late, Ohio State obviously losing to Michigan, so forth and so on, and kind of like grandfathered in based on what they did early to get in the college football playoffs. But that means that I feel like they aren't battle tested. They aren't hardened. They've been challenged, but when they've been challenged, obviously they've been beaten. And so now all they know when things get tough, I'm not saying that they're mentally weak, is that when they face an opponent that's there to compete, doesn't matter where it's at, they haven't been able to shut the door and complete the mission. SMU is in a position to have one of the biggest upsets in college football recent history. I don't think it happened, but I can see it happen. I'm going to pick Penn State. Actually, to be honest with you, Austin, I think this game is going to actually bode well for Penn State. I think they're going to pull away late. I'm thinking it's going to be 31-20. Penn State Nittany Lions at home. James Franklin survives and tries to push his way to the national championship.
I like it. I think I agree with you that Penn State wins. I can see double digits. I think SMU is pretty explosive. They might hit a big play or two. But, Jay, I think it's a big step in the right direction for James Franklin and this program to win a game like this. And then maybe they're over that mental block. Maybe they're over that hump. Going to the Fiesta Bowl to play Boise State. Going to be tough, but I think, again, Penn State's defense has been so good. If they can get past this first challenge, I kind of like the road for them on the bottom side of the bracket that I know we'll get into a little bit more next week. But yeah, Georgia's scary. Georgia's deep. Georgia's talented. But Georgia's not the same without Carson Beck playing like the potential top 10 NFL draft pick he was thought to be coming into the year. So whether it's the winner of Indiana and Notre Dame in the second round, or whether it's the winner of Penn State, SMU using this game to get on a run, taking down Boise, and then getting a matchup with whoever on the bottom side of the bracket, I think the bottom's pretty wide open for any team that can get on the right run starting, tonight if you're Notre Dame or Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia is vulnerable. If Carson Beck was healthy, they would have been my odds-on favorite just based on the, obviously recent history and obviously the physicality that they play with. I don't think Georgia wins. I think Kirby Smart won't be able to implore them to do it. So I think it's a toss-up. Nobody's looking dominant. I can see Oregon because they're the only undefeated team, but their inability to really play hard-nosed defense is a little bit suspect because as we get closer, you're going to be playing like opponents where you're going to have to be able to knuckle up. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to tell you this: great that it's up in the air this year. But I'm going to tell you this: I just got sent a tweet, and Kirk Signetti was on game day. But one thing about that man, I'm going to tell you this right now: that man believes, okay, and he is not fooling around. My big question is this: does everybody in that locker room believe that man is Sanders?
We'll see.
Was a shot over the bow, and he is not holding back. We shall see. This game right now, I think I could see this game coming down to one or two possessions, and it could be an all-time classic if Indiana is able to step up and play like Kirk Signetti, essentially call his shot and said, we're winning tonight. We shall see.
Let's do it. Jay, I will not bother you tomorrow. I know you will be on the couch watching football. You need anything, you text me first. I'm leaving you to your football. Sound good?
I appreciate it, Austin, man. I'll holler at you.
Sounds good. Drive safe. We'll talk to you on Monday. It's Jay Foreman on our VIP line, brought to you by Aloe Fiber. That's where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. I'll close out old school with you, and then don't go anywhere. The corner three, interesting look into college basketball. Taking a look at Nebraska men's basketball's postseason history. Just how often do the Huskers make it to back-to-back postseasons? What does that mean for this year's team? We'll take a look at the Diamond Head Classic. And, oh, by the way, we're talking about the college football playoff right now. What if we played out the college football playoff bracket in basketball? And then also, what if I tweaked it and reseeded the teams to make a 12-team college football playoff bracket out of the football teams? That's all coming up on the corner three in about half an hour. Another 30 minutes of old school to go, though. Don't go anywhere here. Stick with us on 93.7 The Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
At Midwest Bank, they want to thank all the generous donors who helped make their 2024 Turkey Drive for Schools a success. Thanks to the generosity, they raised enough money to provide 153 families across 6 different schools in Lincoln with a full Thanksgiving meal. With your support, they made Thanksgiving Day for those families a little brighter. They want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Everybody likes choices when it comes to gifts, and a Max Tan gift card offers spray tanning, UV tanning, and red light therapy at all Lincoln locations. Give the gift that everyone wants this holiday season by visiting any Max Tan location in Lincoln or at maxtan.net.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's Recovery Lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylab.lnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Husker Nation, Nebraska is heading to the Pinstripe Bowl, and J-Tech Construction and Solar is here to help you score big on your home this season. Buy any 2 trades, windows, siding, roofing, solar, gutters, or doors, and save up to 20% off. Don't wait until the final whistle. Act now. J-Tech delivers expert craftsmanship and unbeatable savings for your home. Whether it's a new roof, energy-efficient windows, or solar panels that power your home like a champion, they've got you covered. Call 402-261-3682 to schedule your free estimate today. J-Tech Construction and Solar, proud sponsors of Husker football.
Looking to upgrade your equipment? Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer in Nebraska and northern Kansas, has an offer you don't want to miss. Through December, purchase a model year 2022, 23, or 24 tractor, combine, or sprayer, and take advantage of financing as low as 3.9 for 60 months. That's right. Get the equipment you need with affordable payments designed to keep your operation running strong. Stop by your local Landmark Implement today or visit landmarkimp.com to learn more. Experience the Landmark difference.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Old School, brought to you, as you can see underneath me on stream, by the Mercado. Appreciate them and all they do for us here at the station. Some of the best meat in town. If you're looking for what to put together for your Christmas get-together, whether it's lunch, whether it's dinner, shoot, breakfast, I know they'd help you out as well. Got a handful of Lincoln locations and one up in Omaha as well. Again, they're Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Every Friday, they got their Fired Up Friday lunch special as well, at the very least at their north location, 84th and Havelock here in Lincoln. I know it's always hitting. I haven't been able to go check one out yet, but I have heard rave reviews from people that have. So definitely make sure Fridays starting at 11, first come, first serve. Get yourself out to the North Mercado location here in Lincoln. 402-464-5685. If you've got any thoughts on anything we're talking about for the next 20 minutes or so here on the program. Saw this yesterday, early this morning. I forget when the first time I saw it was. A ridiculous take from the Four-Letter Network. Shocker, shocker, I know. Stop me if you've heard that one before. Pardon the interruption, was going off on college football for being rude to the NFL. Tony Kornheiser, a legend in the game, says this is college football attempting to spit in the eye of the NFL by having its college football playoff games on Saturday. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is college football attempting to spit in the eye of the NFL. That's the take that you come up with, that college football is uppity. College football doesn't know its place by trying to play games on Saturday. Tony Kornheiser, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no way that's a real take. I refuse to believe Tony Kornheiser actually believes what he's saying. That college football doesn't belong on an NFL Saturday. That's the direction we decided to take this. Never mind the fact that college football doesn't play on Thanksgiving. It lets the NFL run that one, or the NFL has played on Thanksgiving for a while, so college football doesn't try to do that. College football has been more than happy to put its rivalry games in its final weekend of the regular season on Black Friday. Guess what? Mutually beneficial. Everyone benefits. NFL, you get your shine on Thursday. College football takes the middle 2 days You get Friday rivalry games, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa. Certainly come to mind. The Egg Bowl in recent years. You have the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe this year as well. Then college football will do its normal Saturday thing, as all of us here are aware, before the NFL kicks back off again on Sunday. Oh, by the way, and Monday. So to say that college football, in the first year of its expanded playoff, is spitting in the eye of the NFL is ludicrous. It is an insane take. I have no idea the rationale behind it or where it could even come from. I didn't even listen to the clip because I was so upset about it. Yes, I'm usually a more than a read the headlines type of guy, but come on. College football has owned Saturdays for how long? The NFL has owned Sundays for how long? Oh, and let's just think about this. Think about the NFL and what they did, right? NFL steps into Thursday nights when college football had been playing on Thursday nights long before. College football wants a Saturday with still 3 weeks left to go in the NFL regular season. One Saturday filled with its biggest games for its expanded playoffs. And what does the NFL do? It doesn't say, oh, yeah, go ahead. Saturday's your day. Go ahead and have fun with it. The NFL says, oh, here's Chiefs Texans, AFC West champ versus AFC South champ. Oh, and here's Ravens Steelers. Two teams locked in a battle for the AFC North, a long-standing rivalry that they know is going to get eyeballs. Don't tell me it's college football trying to spit in the eye of the NFL. This was cold, and it was calculated from the NFL, putting two games of this caliber up against the college football playoffs. Even better, even richer, even worse, however you want to say it, pardon the interruption, tried to claim that the best thing for college football would have been to play all four of its playoff games today. Play them at 11, 2:30, 6, and 9, or whatever, one on the West Coast, whatever it'd be. That was ESPN's solution. Was, no, you can't have Saturday. That's for the NFL. Play on Friday. It'll all be fine. You'll get fans. You'll get attention. Friday's your day, college football. It is an insane take. I don't know where they get off, how they think they can get away with it, except, oh, wait, I do. Jay and I were talking about it after Strick and I talked about it earlier today. The valuations of these programs, the NFL media rights deal still dwarfs anything in college. I brought this up with both Strick and Jay. The lowest valuation of an NFL franchise before this season was $5.25 billion with a B dollars. That's why the NFL gets away with it. That's how. That's why it can preempt, override, try to take over the biggest day in college football this year. Right now, tomorrow is the biggest day in college football of the season. First round of the expanded 12-team playoff. And the NFL says, nope, we're richer. We're better looking than you. People are going to watch us, not you. So, thanks for playing. Try again next time. Still going to be plenty of eyes on college football. But if you're a Chiefs fan, are you sitting down to watch the Chiefs? Are you sitting down to watch college football? You know, if you're our guy AD, I'd love to know. Are you watching Ravens Steelers tomorrow? Or are you sitting down watching casual college football? If I had to guess, don't want to put words in AD's mouth, I bet he's watching Ravens Steelers. Instead of enjoying his Saturday, kicking back, casually watching college football, like we grow accustomed to doing for 14 weeks. Shoot, 15 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever it is. At this point, even before we get to bowl week, bowl prep. Guys, it's ridiculous, but the NFL is going to keep getting away with it. It breaks my heart that these leagues have to compete. I get it. There's only so many eyeballs. I get the business sense behind it. But there's got to be a world, like Jay was saying, where college football and the NFL can work together. Where it might be better for NFL evaluators not to watch their team in the middle of a playoff hunt, but to be able to have a day to sit down and watch prospects they want to draft from some of the best teams in college football, and then a day to sit back and evaluate their own team's needs. There's no reason for the NFL to make impositions onto Saturday. I would say it would be better for the NFL to continue to own its Thursday, its Sunday, and its Monday slots. I'm not even a fan of Thursday Night Football. I don't even like the concept of it. I don't. I'm very anti-Thursday Night Football. The NFL should get Sunday, Monday, Thanksgiving. That's what the NFL should get. But guess what? That's not what the NFL cares about. It's not what the NFL wants, because why? Is currently the biggest brand in American sports. The NFL is pioneering and setting the example for the NBA, for Major League Baseball, and really any league that cares to pay attention, saying this is how you make yourself the show. This is how you market yourself year round. What do? You have no remorse for the competition. No remorse at all. NFL free agency, NFL draft, NFL OTAs, minicamp, all of that stuff, NFL offseason meetings. Those are all events that are covered. NBA is trying to catch up. Major League Baseball is trying to catch up. College football is trying to get there, but none of them are as popular as the NFL. Because why? Because the NFL either did it first or did it best. So that, my friends, is why we are stuck with both NFL games and college football games tomorrow on what should be a celebration of college football, watching for fantastic games. One quick segment to go here during Old School. Get set up for Corner 3 after this.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their number one priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
The holiday season is here, and Sartor Heyman is making your shopping easy. Shop our wide selection of necklaces, earrings, or bracelets to our amazing line of watches. Looking for something truly unique? Consider our estate jewelry, or even build your own custom handcrafted piece with our in-house designers. The perfect gift at the perfect price. Christmas memories start with family and Sartor Heyman.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Looking to upgrade your equipment? Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer in Nebraska and northern Kansas, has an offer you don't want to miss. Through December, purchase a model year 2022, 23, or 24 tractor, combine, or sprayer, and take advantage of financing as low as 3.9 for 60 months. That's right. Get the equipment you need with affordable payments designed to keep your operation running strong. Stop by your local Landmark Implement today or visit landmarkimp.com to learn more. Experience the Landmark difference.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. When you purchase a $50 gift card, you receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, The Butchery, The Bakery, and all Lincoln Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs locations. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
Just like Nebraska volleyball, we know what it takes to build a championship caliber team right here in Nebraska. At Lincoln Industries, we're proud supporters of Nebraska athletics and even prouder to be creating quality manufacturing jobs for our fellow Nebraskans. With outstanding health benefits, wellness programs, and a winning culture, we're bringing that Husker spirit to everything we do. Ready to join a team that's as committed to excellence as you are? Visit LincolnIndustries.com to explore all our career opportunities and be part of our growing Nebraska success story.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Austin Oerman back with you one final time here during Old School before we turn things over to, oh wait, it's me, on the Corner 3, brought to you Friday night from 6 to 7 every week here on The Ticket. Just a couple minutes left here in Old School. Let's just go through the 4 college football playoff games this weekend and rank them in terms of your excitement for them. For me, the number one game that I'm going to sit down and watch, be most excited for, has to be Tennessee, Ohio State, just to see if there's fallout. Do I think it's going to be the most interesting game stylistically on the field? I do not, but I have to watch this game because I am on record multiple times here saying Ohio State was the most talented team in the country and that I thought they were the Big Ten favorite coming into the year and arguably the national title favorite coming into the year. They have not lived up to my expectations or that promise. So I'm curious to see, will I be right or will the Buckeyes not reward my faith? And then, of course, if they win, what's the scene in Columbus? If they lose, more importantly, what is the scene in Columbus? Game number 2 on my excitement ranking. Give me SMU Penn State. 2 wildly different teams. SMU relies on variance. Penn State relies on preventing it, right? Penn State is steady as she goes, rock solid across the board, maybe more explosive offensively than they'd even given themselves credit for during the year. Maybe they unlocked something against Oregon, or maybe it was just, a one-night deal. We will see. Like Jay said, if Penn State takes care of the ball and can just become the road grader, I like their chances. But for SMU, the way they're going to win this game is not by playing a Penn State style. What SMU has to do is get this to be an up-tempo game, get this to be a high-variance game, right? Shoot for the big plays because they're probably not going to be able to sustain drives against Penn State like they were able to do against Clemson. That's what Clemson did in the second half against SMU, was make the Mustangs go the length of the field. They ended up finding a way to do it, but that hasn't been SMU's statistical profile all year. So I'll put that game just because of the clash of styles at game number 2 of the weekend for me. Game number 3, probably tonight's game, I would say between Indiana and Notre Dame in South Bend. Again, Indiana, the big play team through the air and a sneaky, solid defense against Notre Dame, who's turned into ground and pound with one of the best defenses in the country. Obviously led in the defensive backfield by former Nebraska prep standout Xavier Watts. To see, a college football blue blood against its little brother in the same state, to see a basketball state get the first 12-team college football playoff game is just kind of neat, just kind of interesting. I'm pretty curious about how this one goes, but not quite to the level of the other two. And that leaves Clemson, Texas for me. Again, a game with plenty of storylines, a game that I will certainly do my best to sit down and watch as I can, but I'm not exactly a defensive-phile, I guess. I don't know what the word for lover of defense is, according to Merriam-Webster. So at Webster Dictionary, if you can get me the word for lover of defense, I would really appreciate that. But it's not me. It is not a fitting adjective for yours truly. But hey, it's college football. It's the college football playoff. I'd be doing myself and the rest of you a disservice if I didn't sit down and watch the thrilling battle of the two teams wearing orange down in Austin. Been a good day. Been 4 good hours on the radio, but I'm not done yet. Maybe you're sick of me. I hope you're not. We're going to turn things over to the corner 3, a look at college basketball. We haven't touched on Husker hoops much today. They are on the road, or I should say in the air, on their way to Hawaii for the Diamond Head Classic. We'll take a look at that tournament and that bracket. How often does Nebraska men's basketball make it to back-to-back postseasons? What would it mean for this year's team to do that? We'll also dive into the 12-team college football playoff field, but make it basketball. Don't go anywhere. Corner 3 comes your way here in just a moment on The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. The holidays are here.